we can get started, I guess, and if Tim wants to do his input, any input, we can do that when he comes.
Okay. Alright. So, let's see, let me bring up the agenda. You have a subdivision, and I can open these up on Encore. Basically, this place, I'll open up the plat first. They want to subdivide 3 acres off of I forget, it's like 33 acres or something.
36.
36. But it's a larger parcel, it's a treed lot, and they want to basically subdivide this small lot off and sell it.
It's not farmland.
No, isn't that right off of, yeah, Smith. It's Smith at 21.
Yeah.
It's probably within an agricultural district,
It
so or within 500 feet, or
Yeah.
the different triggers that, and I can bring it up on Encore.
Yeah, I was about to say that one's easy because it's not farmed land.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, there's a creek in there, and I think there's somewhat of a ravine, or maybe.
Yeah, there's some steep slopes. So in Encore, if you ever want to look at like the steep slopes, if you click layers and then you pick the environmental info and open that up, you can also click wetlands and all sorts of other things in here. But there's a percent slope one. And it will draw it all in color. And the darker the color, the steeper the slope.
That's
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
So you can look at that, and basically the parcel is something like this.
Yeah, I was looking at that actually to hopefully buy it like a couple of years ago, so dedicated.
So that's what we've got here. So
Alright. Yeah, it's not farmland. Yeah.
Knowing my brother, he'd probably make a comment about the loss of the trees. So knowing that it's not a significant loss of farmland, but it is going to affect the forested area, I think we can notate in our comments.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
perfect. All right. I'll leave those tabs open so if Tim wants to see them, it'll be easy to grab. So this other one, we have looked at this before. This was the parcel, I forget the man's name, but
Was it Brian Hobson?
he was like a veterinarian and he was gonna buy a house and it was like across from where they were gonna put the solar in, and he ended up selling the property, and so we have new owners that are looking to build a house there. So let's see. So let's shrink it down a little bit. There we go. So it's kind of an odd shaped parcel because it's got like this little thing out to County Road 30. There's a house here, and then there's a pond, and then they're looking to put their house here. And I guess they may put a barn here at some point in the future, but that's what they're looking at.
Could you go to the Encore
Sure.
one, please?
So this, I know it's not currently farmed, but this actually used to be farmed by the Brocklebanks, but that's some number of years ago now.
Are you Corinne?
Oh.
Green, yeah.
Corinne, hi, Alan Taylor.
Nice to meet
I don't
you.
think we've actually
Oh,
met.
I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
I think it was online in January, but not
Okay,
in person.
Yep, yep. She's your new secretary, so. So, yeah, they're looking at putting the house more or less where that number is.
And the solar farm was going to the right of that.
The
Yeah.
solar was proposed for over
Yeah.
here, but that got a denial, so.
I heard they're back at it though.
Are they?
I heard something about it, them trying to
Okay.
come back in. Maybe I'm,
Are they
Right.
trying to litigate, maybe?
I don't know.
No, Chris Nadler already said they did and they had nothing to stand on, so they
Okay.
they gave up
Oh.
after they found out they didn't have any,
Yeah,
because they tried to sue the town.
really?
Yeah.
Even though they're going against the zoning.
Yeah, and when they found out they had no basis, they dropped the case, because he just said that one of the last town
Okay.
meetings I was at.
Oh
Alright,
my gosh. Well, good.
but there's other places, so,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. They'll be back.
yeah. So.
I did
So what is
think
actually on that
Bronco Banks used to.
land then, the upper quadrant? What is that?
This here,
Yeah,
it's just open.
He just mowed it. He said that was just part that he would just mow with a lawnmower
okay,
or like a tractor bush hog.
okay.
They sold that house, probably 2 years ago,
This
right?
one on the corner?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it was for sale, like 2-ish years ago.
Yeah, and then that upper lot, they just, not the square one above it, but the one above that, they put a red barn right there.
Yes,
Right,
right there.
yes, yep.
See, one of the ECB members, she lives here, and I believe she owns this too, so she owns that whole.
Oh, okay, and the little thin lot right there, she's the one that put the barn up?
No, somebody else put the barn next door. This is the house property, and then there's like an odd shaped property
Oh,
that kind of
okay.
cuts around it.
The one with the barn came to us a couple years ago, and when they heard about the proposed solar project, they stopped their plans.
What did they wanna do?
They were putting, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
It was a business. I think like a house and his trucking
Oh,
construction. Wasn't that?
That
it?
was this lot here.
Oh.
Oh,
They-
there was one with this, he was gonna turn into motocross thing after he didn't get
The way they were gonna put a house back here, and then they've got like a plumbing business where they do excavating.
Oh, okay.
But they had like this huge barn warehouse thing that was for the business, and then there was a lot of impervious surface. So they were more or less clearing all these trees.
Yeah, planning board said no.
And they had multiple neighbors. This neighbor, there was neighbors on the
There
corner.
was some people down the road that.
There were some people down the road, the Bronco
They all
Banks.
had really good comments.
Yeah. They all spoke out against it.
Oh, okay.
So
I always assumed it was the one with the red barn.
no,
Yeah.
no.
What is that red barn for? I never see anybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it went up and it was up one day and I've never seen anybody there or put it up.
Edith has her comments about it, but I won't say that.
Well, I mean, it is farmland,
So,
just not currently being farmed, but
yeah, it was for a lot of years, but it hasn't been in a long, probably at least, I've gotta say at least 4 years.
okay.
Maybe 3-4 years it hasn't been farmed, so.
So has that entire parcel like been in? Was that subdivided or was that?
It went through subdivision.
Okay, so it was.
Part of that house, right?
Was it part of the house or was it part of the
Let
field?
me see. Back this way. Let's see. I guess I was on the right page. And review.
That's a good point, cause if they divided it off and then instead of keeping it on the house, just to turn around and sell it and develop it, that's.
Yeah, it was a subdivision that went through in the last couple of years to split that. If I remember right, it was splitting off of oh no, it was with this house. I think that it did split off here, I think so.
Yeah, I think I went to view that house with a client, and when they were looking at it, I could have sworn it had the pond with it too.
Yeah,
Cause then the owners passed away or something, and then the kids had the house and were selling it, something like that. That was just a couple
it
years
was
ago.
a younger man that came in
Yeah.
for the subdivision. He actually worked over for the highway.
Oh, okay.
And I forget his name, but yeah, there was a subdivision and it went through, there wasn't any complaints with it. But yeah,
I was just curious if it was originally part of Willowbrook's farm, but if it wasn't a part of it, like that field, like other,
they used to farm the whole thing,
they did.
yeah. As you can kind of see, it used to be. But it's been a number of years now.
I guess
I would say it's a loss of ag land. I mean, that's a really good location. But probably
Loss of
banks.
potential?
yeah, I would say potential.
Got
Yeah.
a key word is
Yeah.
probably potential, or former, something like
Because
that.
like just because it hasn't been farmed in a certain amount of years doesn't mean that it just can't be again. It
Yeah.
just
There's no trees or anything on it,
Mhm.
it's still just, you know,
and with it being in that close proximity to an active farmland, then yes, it's a loss of potential farm.
I think that's a fair comment.
Yeah,
Alright,
sounds good.
all in favor?
I-
Goodness gracious, Timmy.
You're gonna be done before he comes. It's your meeting, you can, that was all we had for, referrals.
Okay.
I wasn't able to make it to when the guy came in to chat. That was a meeting that I wasn't able to bring or come in for. So how did that go?
I think it went well. I mean,
It is on the YouTube channel,
Oh, okay.
so you can actually go and watch it.
Oh, okay.
He had a presentation, he talked about a number of different things.
he talked about a number of different things. One of the things that he did talk about that I wish that was something that I knew or that was discussed or an option. So you know, like where the new Pierce Brook is right now.
Yes.
So there could have possibly been something where the subdivision could have worked with, what did he call it?
It's a conservation subdivision, conservation easement. You can actually preserve farmland instead of, you know how a lot of times they're preserving like forested land with
Yeah.
these? You can actually preserve farmland as well.
So that could have been an option. Of course, the Pierce Brook had been a process for
Many.
years.
Yeah. long.
But if so, knowing that, if we ever get an opportunity again where, say, there's another piece of farmland that is going to be proposed as a new subdivision that it has quite big amount of acreage to it, maybe we can go ahead and propose doing the conservation easement of. I'm sorry. The captions like what? This is-
Yeah, the
that was just funny.
The captions have their own.
That was just funny.
AI isn't always all it's cracked up to be.
But
So is that in place of like them doing the ponds and all of that? Like they have to do the water capture on the property. So it would be that and land around it. And then how would that go for like people like who would farm
So
that?
so-
Would it just end up being like all those other lots where
So it would
it
be.
grows up and
So, a lot of those, or all of those, clustered subdivision, I think that's the proper term for it. They have an HOA that manages like the stormwater pond and things like that. So they would be in charge of renting out the land. You
Okay.
could stay in agriculture and they could rent it out. And then they would collect like the rental fees, but
okay.
So that could be something that, hey bud,
There
I
it
did.
is.
Hello.
So that could be something that if we do happen in the next, down the road, if we get a subdivision that's, say, taking up
Yeah.
20 acres, something that we can try to work with, being like, well, yeah, it's gonna be a loss, but is there a way that maybe we can keep half of it?
Did he say anything, or did anybody ask him regarding the parks, when you're building a house, the money that you have to pay into the parks? Did anybody ask him about creating a fund for ag instead to
Did I
purchase?
mention that? I
I
may
think you
have.
did.
Cause I was trying to think of some of the questions that you guys have had, and he agreed that that would be a TDR, which is basically like a PDR, only it's the town holds it, if I recall correctly. And it would kind of feed into that, so it would be like a fund.
But it's a possibility that, or what he said, it would be really difficult.
Well, the town went down that path previously, and you can actually, if you Google search, let's see if I can find it. TDR, let me see if that works. This probably won't work for me because I've got a problem in Chrome. They just went to a .gov and it's been breaking for me. Let's see. Space. I found it once before. It was in the. Maybe it's not here. Let's see it. There was a whole great big huge document that was from the previous attempt at a TDR for the town. But it is other municipalities, there are some that have them out there, so you kind of look for them.
Okay.
Um,
And then where's the video to watch?
the video, yep. So if you go to the homepage here for Canada, well, let's see if I think they got YouTube listed. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Okay, so go to YouTube. And if you just no, if you just search for the town of Canandaigua. And you go to us, and then there's playlists. So just go to the playlist, you'll find the one for the Ag Committee.
Okay.
Oh, there's
I see
Eric right
it.
there.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with my mouse here occasionally, probably needs new batteries. So there's the February one,
Perfect.
and you can watch it. Eric's pretty open, if you have some specific questions, we can ask him.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm gonna go ahead and click on that so we can get the site and send it to all of us, just so we all have it.
Sure.
So how many views do we usually get?
Not a lot.
It hasn't gone viral yet.
This one hasn't been up that long. This it was get this. Oh, let me stop the share, otherwise Google's gonna complain at me. Or complain whoever's like uploading videos now. So let's see.
Looks perfect,
Thank you.
because there's a
Absolutely.
lot that we really covered in that
Yeah.
that discussion.
And there was a presentation, I think I passed that along in email or maybe Green Dead, I can't remember. So, But, yep, so that's there, and, yeah, he used to be the town planner at one point, and, for town of Canandaigua, and he was active with like the comp plan and some of the different things, so.
Yeah,
He's got some pretty deep knowledge, so definitely feel free to reach out to him if you like, or I can for you.
so we went over these, but we were just, if you wanted to add into them.
Yeah, this referral right here, so this is,
New Michigan and County Road 30.
oh, yep, there's the corner. Was that the first?
No, so this was the first one was on Bristol Crossroad, that's up by me.
But it's all
It's-
wooded.
It's all wooded and very steep.
So somebody's trying to subdivide it?
Subdivide it, put it in a house.
Yeah, they're looking to sell it so somebody can build.
No, so like, one house? Like it's just
Yeah.
like a house and.
There's no house in the works right now, but potentially, if they subdivide it, a house may go there.
So
Okay.
so basically it would be kind of like this is what they're looking to subdivide off.
It's all wooded, it's all steep. I did say, knowing you, that you would probably mention something about the trees.
Yep, still does represent a loss of woodland wherever the trees get cut if the house is built there, but that most likely wouldn't prevent one house from being built on the property. That note, I mean, I still like to note it just for documentation, because there's woodland being lost. But, yeah, so they're looking to build a house in
So-
that,
Yeah. Oh no, they're looking to subdivide it,
subdivide.
to put it up for sale.
So most
We will
likely,
most likely see it again if somebody wants to put a house there. And Kim also, she showed us the slope layers. It was, so like the colors, red being it had very high slopes.
Yeah, I can show you.
The to the right of the property was pretty steep. The farther you went into the property, the steeper it got.
So I can show you. Maybe I have to click the button. So I was showing the other folks here. This panel down here, this layers, you can look at a lot of different things on the property. So one of the things you can do is if you click the environmental info, you can look at woodlands and flood information and all sorts of stuff, but this percent slope, the darker the color will show you the higher the slopes, the steeper the slopes.
And about right where the red is was what I believe where they wanted to subdivide.
Yeah, it's about like this. So the back half of that parcel, that 3-acre parcel would be all steep slopes.
16 to 30%, so unless you're growing grapes, you're not gonna be using that.
So most likely they're gonna have to build closer to the road, because there's a whole steep slope law in the town. And that requires different things if people wanna do things on steep slope areas.
so you already voted on that?
I just figured that if we wanted to put in some input, we voted it being not a loss, but wanting to put in the comments saying it is going to affect a loss of woodland.
If something was built there, yes.
And then for the one on New Michigan Road,
Definitely a loss.
of potential, cause it hasn't been farmed in 3 to 4 years. Just because it doesn't mean, that doesn't mean it's not, it could be farmed in the future, so
Correct.
loss of potential farmland for that one. And then we were talking about, cause Danielle missed the meeting with Eric, so she was just asking what had happened. Just kind of a summary, and then we found the YouTube video.
Alright,
No, if you remember the light colored lot was where they're gonna put the solar field in and everything.
yep, so it's right on the corner there.
Yeah.
And this came to us with the veterinarian, who, that's where he was gonna put his house.
So he still owns that
He
piece?
sold it.
He sold it, really, he sold it. So the new owners
Wanted to put a house,
wanna put a house there.
kinda right where the dot is, where the 2, 3, 4, 4 dot is.
So wanna put a house there, would any of it still be active farmland, do we
It
know?
hasn't been active, that piece has not been active farmland. He had said that what he did was just mow it with brush hog.
Right, I should probably rephrase it. And we probably, do we have any plans to look at, see if any farmable land would be left over after they construct things?
I can bring up the site plan.
So meaning that if there was, could Brock's add it to their current active field, is that what you're trying to
Yeah,
get?
or any other producer in the area, could at least some of it be put back into production? Even if they construct a house,
That's a good point.
So let me make this a little smaller.
So I
So-
guess looking,
They're looking at, so the house would be here, I think this is the septic here. They're may do a barn in the future here.
I mean, so I guess looking at the proposed site plan and then comparing it to what's on Encore, the back part of it, if wanted to, could potentially be farmed if Brock's or somebody wanted to pick it up. I'm not really good at guessing how much acreage that would be, cause it looks like the house is gonna be closer to the pond, so it might,
Kind of where the numbers are, looks like where the furthest northern
Yeah.
point of the house will be.
so it will kind of leave at least a good significant amount of openness.
About a third-ish. So if there's other tools here, let me see. So there is a print, draw, measure tool tab up here. So if you pick area and you can get acres. So I am just going to guess it's kind of like a third, I don't know, for real, but you can,
right, that amount could potentially be left over.
yeah. Oh, darn. So maybe 2.5 acres?
And the whole lot is how many acres again?
This whole lot is. What's it say in here? I'm not sure. Oh, Encore would say. What am I thinking? Let's see. 8.9.
So potentially, I'm using Brock's just because they farm the field right next to it. If they wanted to put an extra, from your active farmer standpoint, is it worth to do the extra 3 acres that it could get right there?
Well, potentially yes, cause it looks like that field nothing's in the way of its borders between the other fields to the north and to the west. So it would just be a continuation of those 2 fields, so yes, it would make
Okay.
sense that could be farmed.
Could we then change our comments then, if they tend to leave that end of the lot bare, could there be a consideration of seeing if Bronco Bank or any local farmer would want to use that end of the parcel. If they tend to leave it bare, or if they have a plan for it, cool. If not, then see if the local farmer who's surrounding it would mind picking it up and adding it to their
So you're asking, what the plans of the property owners are for that the northern third?
Yeah.
Of the property, if it could potentially be rented by local farmers.
By local producer.
if it so happens to be the Brockle Banks, they get an extra 3 acres on their lot. So,
If anything is constructed there, still does represent a loss of potential farmland,
yes.
but we
But
would,
seeing if there's a possibility of, hey, if you're just going to mow it, would you consider allowing it to be ag produced?
It's a question.
can we condense that? See, how can we condense that statement? We encourage land being rented to local producers.
You could ask the property owners to consider renting out the northern third-ish to, local farmers or agriculture, crop agriculture probably.
Alright, so. Yeah,
So do we need a vote on the change of comment?
You can do it, if that's what you want for your comment, yeah, you can.
but
I mean,
let's let's kind of condense that just a little bit. How can we form that just a little bit more?
What do we have so far that the three of us came up with? Read what it says so far, then we'll just, we're adding on what Tim said.
Earlier you had said that, any building here would be a loss of potential farmland. And, now you're asking for the property owner to consider possibly renting out the northern, 2-3 acres of it, to local crop farmers.
she can sweeten it, they can sweeten it up. So, I mean, we
That's my job.
basically, they-
Massage.
she knows what we're trying to get at,
Yeah.
and she can sweeten them up for the report.
Okay. Those are good comments then.
Okay.
If anything's constructed there, it does represent a loss of potential farmland. If something is constructed there, whatever acreage is left over, we encourage that land to be used for production agriculture.
There you go. All in favor of the change of comments?
Very nice. Yeah, actually, this tool, you can get distances and you can get sizes, so feel free to play with that one. It's, like I said, it's just this tab in Encore, so
When was this event? I just thought about this. And I know, so a couple years ago, we had tried to, we did it for 2 years at our house for our like ag event. And I don't know if it was, I felt like that we hadn't gotten a huge amount of people who were interested in it just because it was on we didn't have the correct target market. What did I see? The New York Kitchen is having a Meet Your Farmer
very nice.
event. And they had it, I believe this is the second year that they are having it. Yes. This is, we have an awesome lineup of vendors for our Meet Your Local Farmer. It's a free community event on Sunday, May 17th. It is free, family-friendly event that features a creative selection of local farm and beverage vendors located throughout New York Kitchen Building and Gardens. Spend the day learning about CSA programs, discovering locally produced foods, and sampling delicious Finger Lakes beverages. So there's going to be a wide variety of local goods, including meat, eggs, beverages, cut flowers, plants, and more. Just out of curiosity, if maybe we want to have, because we're still looking for spots for the meeting, for the committee, and also just to like get the word out that like, hey, we do exist. We probably have to get it approved by New York Kitchen to see if we can just be there.
You'd wanna ask
Yeah.
them, yeah.
But if it's a possibility, do any of you oppose or would want to go to this and just,
Have a presence.
have a presence?
I think it'd be beneficial. What I'd like to see is just plain more agricultural education, because I think there's a lot of people in the town that don't recognize just the importance of agriculture in the town.
Right, and I feel like that we've tried to do that at 2 years at House Park. The first year we got rained out, so it got moved to the Civic Center, and I wasn't there, so I didn't know how it went. The second year, we had nobody really was interested in coming over.
I think we need, a different target audience,
So-
some sort of different venue.
If there's already a popular place who's putting on the event, if we could see if we could piggyback off of it, I feel like we would get our target market.
Meet your farmer. I like the sound of that.
So
Because it seemed like at the movie night at Outhouse Park, most people there are, it's like they're there with their little kids and their mind is on, okay, we're here for a family event, but they're focused on that, and then once it's done, boom, they're out of there.
right.
They're not really focused on, oh, hey, what are these booths and things set up for, They're thinking of it as like a family fun event, not a educational event.
So if we could potentially, I mean, it's a month out, a little over a month.
May 17th.
May 17th, it's a Sunday. So if we could potentially reach out to them, see if it's okay, if we just have be there and just try to educate.
If you need anything copied, and we can copy it here for you, so if you wanna produce anything,
I still
happily copy it for you.
have a lot of those,
The little trifold.
yes,
That you might be able to give them there,
so, just a thought.
but yeah, just, I would need, just like a week or whatever, and I can run off whatever copies you like.
How many hours is this? We need to man the booth or something like that?
Yeah, you could ask them if you can have an info table.
Yeah.
And you could tell them that you'd have handouts and.
It's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It says join New York Kitchen in Cornell Cooperative Extension of Ontario County on Sunday, May 17th for a lively indoor-outdoor farm fair celebrating local grown agricultural products from across the Finger Lakes. So it definitely adds, there was a link, so it definitely adds a little bit more information to the table. Even if we could just, would Jake Maslin be there?
He might be,
You could even ask Jake, and you know him a little bit better than I do, see if this is something that we could take along.
Yeah, so Jake Maslin, he's the CCE agent. He's one of
Okay.
I forget his exact title, but he works at Cornell Cooperative Extension. he's a pretty good agent.
So they have a phone number, they also have like a little contact thing on their website. You can reach out to them and ask them if you can, there's a phone number.
Sounds good.
And, you know, what, you can try and tag along, or, you know, if you wanna like have your own table. And happy to, like I said, copy whatever you need, or if there's something that you wanna buy for the table, probably have somebody in the town buy that. So you would have to think about it.
Okay.
Cause I will tell you what, having candy or whatever, or, you know, some fresh fruit or whatever would work for there.
I think if we're gonna do it, I just happened to see this last week. It popped up on my Facebook. Our meeting is before it, but I would hope, like, if we plan on doing it, I think we should be prepared for it now. So do you guys want, so like, candy, a table, I have the brochures, but I have nothing to put out, like a banner or anything, be like, this is what we are. I just have the brochures.
Oh, I think I've brought this topic up a couple of times, and I don't recall where I could get the information. I was thinking of if we could have, you know, boards and a booth of informational panels that state, you know, agriculture in the town. I know where I could get a hold, so the CCE has a big board of agriculture in the county, of, you know, these are all the crops grown in the county. I think it'd be neat to see what all is grown just here in Canandaigua.
Like, I guess, I
Although
mean,
there's land usage maps.
I just don't wanna show up to something and not have anything.
Yeah,
So if
it sounds like everybody's gonna have something, so
Right.
you
I don't just wanna be like just standing at a table and nothing in front of us.
Yeah.
Like, I want at least something be like the maps that Timmy is talking about, or
if you think
just-
that you would use like a table banner, you know, tablecloth or something,
yeah.
so
I guess as supplies, like if we do decide to go, have a table, have a tablecloth, have chairs, have something, like I'll have the brochures that we can have. But even like the brochures are gonna lay flat, so even if we can get something printed that we could put in a standing sign, just to draw people's attention as to what it is.
if you wanna think about it, I mean, you can send out emails to the whole group, as long as people don't reply all and they just reply to you.
Okay.
You can have conversations like that and it doesn't break the open meeting law.
Okay.
So it's the reply all that gets you in trouble.
So
But yeah, if you wanna talk about it more, cause it is a short time frame.
I mean, I don't do anything on Sundays because Johnny works, so I can be there.
Again, what is the date of this?
May 17th.
Because our meeting is on the second Thursday, so that'll be on the 14th, so we're not gonna have a lot of time from our next meeting before this event, so we do need to kind of get our ducks in the row. Well, I guess get the foot in the door to begin with.
Yeah, you'll wanna
If-
reach
if
out.
If we can have a table and then do emails without reply all.
Yeah, you just have to.
I found it on. They created an event on Facebook. I don't know.
Was it under New York Kitchen?
If I just to find the thing again, I just looked up, New York Kitchen when I searched on Facebook and it popped up. Or Meet Your Farmer event.
I think it'd be good because the right people, public will be
There.
attending that. That would be interested or kind of
You could certainly
include the interest of
maybe
our
get other
committee.
people for
I
your
agree.
committee too.
Mhm.
Cause I think last year Fernando had mentioned that he wanted to step back,
Yeah.
so, you know, if you found a third person that, or however many people you could find, that would be great. It's here. They have like a,
Fernando, super busy with work.
Yeah.
he's also Ontario County Ag.
Yeah, I thought he just got like a new position or something.
Oh, did he?
What's that? Ontario County Ag.
There's a ag board,
Okay, sorry, the county, there's a county board.
there's a county board, yeah. So, yeah. It's a tiny.
So, are you gonna reach out to Jake?
Yeah.
Cause it's with it being printed with the Crossroads
I'm
extension.
gonna do that right now. I'm gonna send him a message right now, get the ball moving.
It just depends for me because of work, so I wouldn't be able to give you like a set yes, so it would just kind of be up in the air.
Okay.
I'll definitely try to, but it's hard to guarantee it.
Of course, I'd love to attend as well, but if the sun's shining, I need to be farming.
Mhm.
But if I was just still definitely like to contribute to it in this regard right here.
So in regards to having a table, is there something that we can get that shows like what Timmy was trying for the farmland that it's in the town of Canandaigua, like those maps, or were you, Timmy, trying to see if you can get that elsewhere?
It's right on the town site, right?
I think those maps got put away when we had all the construction, so I can see about, you want the strategic farmland type maps, or?
Yeah, I guess to show, cause I think a lot of people don't understand just how like vibrant of agricultural land Canandaigua has, or like the amount of it. So just to show what the town, like that, the amount of it that's within the town, if the map shows.
Oh, okay, I don't think we have anything like that created.
Is that what you're trying to get?
Well, I know there's land usage maps of, you know, acreage of woodland, acreage of the lake, acreage of, you know, town. I can picture it in my mind. I forget where exactly to go to get those ones I'm thinking of. In addition to that though, I've always wanted to create a panel that lists all the acreage of like certain crops that are grown in the town, like what exact crops are grown in the town, you know, how many acres of maple trees, you know, are in the town, you know, things, you know, break it down like
Would
that.
your USDA building over on County Road 10 have it? They have record of all the, they would have that.
I don't know if they break it down per town though, I think they break it down per county.
Yeah, probably at the county level.
Which is still useful.
It is.
Yeah.
Just to have something, cause I just don't wanna show, like if we're gonna go to the event, I don't wanna show up to the event and be the only bear table. That's it.
For sake of time then, get Jacob informed of our interest. And he can most likely bring the county board that lists agriculture overall in the county.
Okay.
But someday I would like to make one that's specifically for the town. These are all the crops grown in the town, and these are all their uses. Someday.
Okay.
You know, just just have some, pride in your town.
So when you hear from Jake, let me know. That way I can send out an email saying that it's definite for us or not to attend the event, and then we can get stuff situated for the table.
Okay,
Sounds good.
sounds good. So, yeah, just let me know when, cause there are people with credit cards and stuff. Not me, but I think.
Open for all of us?
I think it's a much smaller budget than you've had in the past. I think it's only like $500 this year, so, but little stuff for a table shouldn't. You can find out what you can have on the table too. They may have particulars for that event, so.
And before I forget, topic of fireworks, I'd like to discuss.
You wanna bring, okay,
And
so
let me finish this message quick.
I can do it. So the town of Canandaigua is no longer doing their 4th of July firework event at the lake. I thought they used to do it every single year because the lake watershed had complained about the chemicals and stuff of the fireworks going into the lake. So what the town has decided then is to take it on, and they are now doing an event at Outhouse Park where they're setting the fireworks off in the field that Tim farms.
So, our parents had actually attended a meeting about this, and since then, they've actually changed the location of where they wanna set the fireworks off. My understanding now is they wanna set the fireworks off at Motion Junction,
Where's that?
Across from-
The
House Park,
handicap
Oh.
part of the playground on the other side.
which still borders the acreage that we farm. So our
Oh, yeah, that new spot.
my parents and I are in opposition of the fireworks being launched there for the 4th of July celebration for a number of reasons. We're concerned about contamination from the fireworks, if heavy metals are used in the fireworks, and what can fall on the acreage that we farm right next to it. And then also the sheer amount of traffic that's going to be there. I mean, I've been to the firework events down by the lake before. I mean, hundreds of people.
Oh, it's a sales down there, yeah.
And then the amount of litter that's going to be there.
There's gonna be garbage. I would not surprise me at all if there'd be people trespassing into the fields, and that's just a hassle that we don't need to deal with. So that's why we're in opposition of it. But
So the person you're gonna wanna talk to is Greg Reynolds? I think so.
yes, that's actually who my father has communicated with,
Okay,
and
I could give you his, that doesn't have his phone number.
my understanding is they're still trying to have the event there.
As far as I know, it was planned for there. He doesn't have his like,
I bet he's got a work office number.
okay, let me see. Let me get his phone number.
How did your area get identified as the site for this?
Not sure. I'm not sure what made them
Short
propose
straw or something?
Probably because
Surprised they're not doing like Baker Park.
Yeah.
Baker's the city.
Oh, yeah,
But-
Garrett.
But it wasn't it, my
It
understanding is the city.
was brought on, the city did it. So City of Canandaigua originally put it on, it was at the lake. And then the city didn't wanna do it anymore, so then the lake house put it on for the previous one.
That's his extension.
That's his extension, yeah.
So then I don't know how it ended up becoming as, oh, we're doing it at Outhouse. But that is something that is going to be happening.
Yeah,
So if you call the main number, A number is 585-394-1120. And Greg's extension, I just had it,
It's 2259, I think.
2259 is his extension.
2259.
And his email is, so if you wanna send him an email, darn it. Like, I'm just gonna do this again. There we go. It is Greg.Reynolds. I'll send that to you. Let's see. Open that up.
Getting there for May 17th.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
should be available if you need just,
Okay,
warm bodies and
Yeah.
talk to people.
so,
And whatever help you need in thinking about it and putting things together.
okay, yeah, once I get the okay
Yeah, once
from
we get
Jake,
the ball rolling here.
then we can go from there.
Okay, I just sent you his email. See.
Thank you.
Yeah. His office is actually right out here across from the town clerk. So if you wanna like come in and talk to him,
In person.
yeah. That would be,
And another comment I can make, of course, I would like to be excited about this year's 4th of July. I mean, it's the 250th 4th of July celebration. But it's not the fireworks that are the problem, it's the location that's upsetting me. So here's the other concern I have. If they have the firework event there this year, they're most likely gonna wanna come back every year, because then they're gonna have a foothold. And then I'll become concerned in the years ahead of how much more contamination could be falling on the acreage that I farm. And can that contamination affect my crop yields? Can it contaminate the soil to a point where I won't even be able to farm it anymore? So that's why I'm in direct opposition of the firework event being held there. I would like serious consideration of all the planning people to propose a different location.
well, Greg would be the person that you'd wanna talk with, and they probably can get more information from the fireworks. It's probably Young's Explosives, which are around the corner.
Yep.
So they probably can get more information for you, and that might help too. But definitely reach out to Greg.
Alright.
Okay.
The other concern I have would be the watershed too, because there's now the new basin and then also Happiness House's pond and Sucker Brook, right there in the vicinity of where the firework pieces could fall.
So I think no, because we can't do anything in regards to voting on a decision or anything. I don't even know if that's something that would potentially come to us. But we can make it known that we're not necessarily in favor of the location, and you can definitely go ahead and have that personal conversation with Greg
Greg Reynolds.
in regards to, because you would be the one who would be impacted.
He's the parks director, so that all goes
Yeah.
through him for those different events.
So we can go ahead and put it on record saying that because we know of the event, saying that we are not necessarily in favor of it in that location. If there's a possibility, could we move it to a different location? And you would then follow up with him as with you being the greatest impact.
Alright,
I think you were going to say something?
No, I was
No,
just saying,
okay.
yeah.
Alright,
there's that. The other thing, I know it's the topic of a past referral. I just wanted to bring it up while it was on my mind. I still don't recall the cell tower on County Road 8.
Mhm.
I still don't recall the reasoning why they couldn't put it by the water tower.
Let me see.
I meant to bring that point up at the last meeting when it was
It,
on our
it is
desk.
approved now, so.
Yeah, it's got a location where they're putting it. so.
Just, let me see, Verizon. So what they did was they suggested a location. So this was a wooded lot. There was like a ag kind of driveway through here. This is an ag field, and then there's like a wooded area. And they put it just inside the tree line. It's a relatively small area that they'll clear for it. I forget the actual dimensions, but it's not really big. And so that's where it was going. If I recall correctly, this doesn't have the other big parcel, but wasn't there a gas pipeline through there?
Yeah, there is.
I believe they didn't want to cross that. I can't remember. I'd be lying to say if I remember all the details for that. But it was something about not crossing that or going over that with their driveway, I think. So they could only be so far back in the field.
Because I just thought to myself one day, you know, why couldn't they put the tower by, or the cell tower by the water tower?
Oh, you mean the new water tower?
Yeah,
I don't know.
because cause
I mean,
it's already a big water tower that, you know, the airport, you know, is aware of, and that there's all kinds of lights around. Why couldn't they put the cell tower right there next to something that's already?
Oh, this person already agreed to it on their lot.
yeah,
That's fine.
there's nothing that we can, I mean,
I know that it's already passed and approved, but it was something that was bothering me, because
I know, I mean, I understand it, I mean, but with where it is now,
I think it had to do with coverage too. That particular location, when they talked about it originally, which
It
is
was for the Yerkes area because they said that area, that's where they've had the most,
it
the coverage.
Yeah,
It was a
there's a
coverage.
dead zone through
Mhm.
there. But I figured, yeah, there was a good reason for it, but I just thought to myself, you know, wouldn't it be easier to have the cell tower by the water tower, because you already have infrastructure there with a driveway, and it's already that much closer to the road?
So I think it had a lot more to do with the dead spots and coverage, and that's why they needed to locate it where they did.
I mean, we can't change it, bud, it's already,
Yeah, I just wanted to mention it before I forgot.
Nope, that's,
I figured there has to be a good reason why the cell tower, you know, company wanted it there. I'm sure they would have thought about other locations.
when they first met with the planning board in the initial stages of it, they had a packed audience of neighbors around it. And so Verizon, they had a lot of information that they shared about, you know, coverage and needs and stuff like that. So that is all in those workspaces if ever.
So I don't have anything else to add to the meeting. We'll wait to hear back from Jake, and then once I hear back from Jake, if it's a go for us going to that New York Kitchen event, I'll let you all know.
Okay.
But as far as the rest of tonight, I mean, I got nothing else, so I think we should go ahead and adjourn for the night. Do I need a second?
If you want.
Second.